So this is the paper cut transition. Let me show you how I did it in Adobe After Effects. These are the two clips that I want to make the transition for. The first thing that I need to do is to grab a screenshot from the first frame of the second clip. See if we can say that a few times. Then I import it to After Effects and place it on top of the clips. The duration of the screenshot is the duration of the transition. Next, I'm gonna create a mask around the subject. It's totally fine to be rough here. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can also do it in Photoshop or using the AI background removers. Once it's done, I'll pre-compose the layer and move all the attributes. The next step is to bring some paper textures and try to place them at the edges of the subject's mask so that it looks like a torn paper. I'm gonna scale it, rotate it, mask it, and do whatever I can to create an interesting paper edge around the mask. Now I'm gonna hide the subject's layer and try to fill the gaps with more papers. Then I'll pre-compose all the papers and duplicate it to also use it as an overlay on top of the subject. You can also change the blending mode of the subject to give it more texture. Let's trim the transition comp as well. Alright, this is what we've got so far. Now I need to create a mask for the transition comp and animate it so that it appears from the bottom. Alright, let's make it a bit longer. Then I'm gonna bring the paper texture again to give a paper edge to the mask cut and animate its position and mask to match with the movement of the subject. There are a few things that we can do to enhance the effect. First, let's create a paper texture for the bottom layer. Here's another paper photo. Now let's reposition it and play with the blending mode to find the best version of it. Next, I'm gonna create an adjustment layer and trim it to the duration of the transition. Now, to make everything a bit more interesting, I'm gonna give it a posterized time effect and set the frame rate to something low, like 15. I think it's a bit fast, so let's increase the duration of the transition and let it overlay the next clip. At this point, it's just a matter of playing with the duration to find the right pace for the transition. Let's also add the exposure effect to the adjustment layer to create some kind of camera shutter. Let's also decrease the frame rate to 8 to make it a bit more choppy. And that's how you can make an interesting transition using papers.